This is B2 Real Wilson back with another video. And in this video, I want to have a discussion about what do you do when people are not afraid of the gun. And this video will be in reference to AHMAUD AUBREY, and I think I'll say his name right, Mr. Arbery, the young man who was killed in Georgia. And I want to first say, I want to stand in correction of some things I've said in one of my last videos about Fort Detrick being in North Carolina. I stand corrected. It was Fort Detrick, Maryland. And I also said Anthony Fauci, but it should be Anthony Fauci. But with those corrections, I'm going to have this video to encourage those out there like putting guns in people's faces. What do you do when people are not afraid of you? Maybe a little late getting to this video, but when it comes to Mr. Arbery, the young man who was killed by the two so-called vigilantes, one who was really part of the Klan because he was seen in photos at the Klan rally, and how they confronted Mr. Arbery because they thought he was stealing from a certain house in a certain community. And as a ADOS Foundation of Black Americans, I understand when we get a little tired. We are striving to just mind our business, and people won't let us mind our business. Mr. Arbery had been stopped before. I know I saw a video where he was stopped, and he was just minding his business, and the cops were basically harassing him, and he began to get a temperament about that. And they tried to tase him, and by the grace of God, it didn't work. And it was very stupid. And of course, I don't know if he went to jail for that, but I think they didn't let him go. No charge was pressed in that situation. And prior to him getting killed, I think he had run-ins with the two defendants who were striving to chase him. And I take it on this day, that day that he got himself killed, he was tired. And I understand. When you're tired of people messing with you, you won't care about the gun. It reminds me of that young lady in Texas. For those who remember the story of the young lady, how this European guy approached her. He had a gun in his hand, and I guess he was getting her about, blocking a no parking space, and he proceeded to hit her phone out of her hand, and she forgot about that gun and started swinging on him. And by the grace of God, he didn't kill her, but he started punching in the face. And I should have thought about it then, but I wasn't making videos back then. But to see this young man stand up the way he did, I have to say I respect that. Too many times in our community we die sometimes as cowards, running from the police officers, and we try to be compliant, and yet we're losing our lives. But in Mr. Arbery's case, he just got fed up. And whatever those two men were planning, in this case I think three, because they just arrested the guy who was riding and filming, he got tired. And Mr. Arbery, to me, is a symbol of where we should be going as a people. Now, I don't condone violence because Jesus don't condone violence. But what I will tell people that if you're not born again, don't let people kill you. Don't let people just tell you to turn your cheek and you ain't got no salvation. Too many times we so-called Christian folks will speak about turning the other cheek to people who are not born again. And what I mean by born again, I'm talking about speaking in tongues or baptized in Jesus' name. But we'll tell these people, and not striving to live right, but we'll tell these people to turn the other cheek. And I know in one of my other videos I had spoke of turning the other cheek, but I was speaking as a people and how we allow certain things like the drug epidemic, the gangster rap epidemic, the gangster music, the gangbang epidemic, which basically you can say at this point we're all FBI, some kind of COTEM pro against our community, but yet we didn't arrest anybody for that. We didn't go and press charges against the music industry or the gangbangers that caused these situations in our community. We just kind of moved on. And even getting to this Anglo-Saxon mission, we didn't arrest anybody. Anthony Fauci is still free. And for those who've done the research, he's behind a lot of things, including the HIV virus. And we know from those who do the research that is injected when a lot of the people who've gotten the flu shot were, possibly injected with this sickness. And we do know that they're pumping up the deaths. We have people who are getting shot, being said to have coronavirus. So in other words, they're just pumping up the deaths and calling sometimes anything coronavirus, even if it's not coronavirus. But with that being said, I want to say I have a lot of respect for Mr. Arbery. Unfortunately, he lost his life, and my condolences to his family. But what do you do when people are not afraid of your gun? And this message is for all the gangbangers, all the Ku Klux Klan members, the Cosa Nostra, and even the military who may feel that you can terrorize people with guns. We're reaching a time where people are not going to be afraid of you and what you can do to them. And it behooves us all to understand the importance of what the God sent of this agenda could be, that you can love one another and that you can, help inspire change within each other. And I mean by positive change. Well, if you're going to be throwing guns in people's face and think you can threaten people and chase people down, you're going to have some Arbery's out there who are not going to be afraid of you. And they're going to give you the business. And I can't tell people who don't believe what I believe to turn the other cheek, because everybody's not saved the way I'm saved. But with that being said, I want to say thank you for watching my videos. If you agree with what I'm saying, then let me know that. If you do not, then let me know that too. But either way it go, thanks for watching. And remember, let's be brave. I admire his bravery. It kind of inspires me, because we're in a time where you can't afford to be afraid. You can't afford to be afraid. And although that young man lost his life, he fought. And he was not scared of the gun. Okay then. Bye-bye.